Okay, so all the audio is coming from this camera. Hey guys, we're in the Ahigh Show. I've got Cobbin here. He's going to be helping me a little bit. Woohoo! And we're going to talk a little bit about dice sets and dice throws, and we're also going to be recording some still images. So on the last show I showed you kind of the setup with the still photography. This show we're going to be talking a little bit about dice sets. Okay, so someone, I think Alan was asking about dice sets, and yeah. So I'm reading some of the comments here. Nicolay's on. We've got just a couple of people. But if you do log in and you want to say hello before we get started, that'd be great. We're not technically going to start for another 3 minutes or so, but just as a heads up, we're going to talk a little bit about dice sets and releases. And I don't consider myself to be an expert at this. Most of what I've read is the Golden Touch craps kind of stuff, and I haven't really refined any of my own throw or anything, but people were asking how I throw the dice, and I can tell you in general it's kind of a Golden Touch kind of a thing, but I'm going to show you some specifics about the throw. So we've got two different camera angles, one to show the camera, a close-up of the dice being set, and then the other one to show the dice being released. So we've also got a sound-based trigger set up at the end, and I'm going to be using this shutter boss to take photos, and then the sound trigger triggers the flash, but I have to make sure the camera shutter is open with my left hand while I'm doing all of this. So it's quite an operation. So what we're going to do right now, though, is I'm going to start doing some throws, and you can see how I'm setting and throwing the dice. And hopefully we can get some stills out of this. I think I did that one too late, so it's going to take a couple of practices. So it's a whole set of motor memory to take a photo after you release the dice. And I can look on my preview to see. Yeah. So I'm looking on my preview over here to try and see what kind of a landing. So at the same time you're looking at the way I set and throw the dice, I'm looking at how they land, and I'm trying to get some consistent landings, and then later we're going to go over all of the grabs of the landing shot. So I'm going to try and focus on my landing zones here. Okay. And the thing that this sound triggered photography does is it lets you get a view into how accurate your throw is. Instead of using the results as a guide, you use the image of what the dice look like when they hit the felt. That one I think was a little better. Let's see. Yeah, it still had a double pitch on the landing. So I'm not an expert in terms, but I believe that the double pitch is when one die rotates 180 degrees out of phase relative to the other die before it hits the felt. I think some people may use that to describe for the outcome, but the only thing you have control over is the It is really difficult to get these dice to land in the same place in the same orientation, and that's all I'm trying to do right now. So far I haven't even had a single one. It's closer. But one of the things I also want to do is if I can get some automation so that instead of having to look at it, I can get like a score, and I don't have to look at the image. I can have a computer kind of tell me what the landing position was. But in general, if you want to see how well you're controlling the dice before they hit the felt, you got to have an image of what they look like before they hit the felt, not just what they look like after they stop moving. I think that was a little better. 12 too. Okay. Yeah, that was a good clean landing. And so
They
landed with the similar. You want to take a look at that real quick?
Yeah.
So let's
show
move
that.
over to the Casio camera. You switch over to the Casio camera. We're going to look at that particular landing result. And all right. So the outcome of that roll was a 12. And what we're looking at is the similarity of the dice when they initially hit the felt, and that's what they look like when they initially hit the felt. So there was 6s on the up faces when they hit the felt, and there was, I mean, 3s on the up faces when they hit the felt, and there was 6s on the up faces when they resolved, which is, so they landed in a hard 6, and they resolved to a 12. So I don't know if the other, yeah, there's the other one over there.
Yeah, right there.
So you can see both how the dice landed as well as how they initially hit the felt. So we're looking at this immediately after having taken that shot. So I'm going to go out of play mode. We'll do some more rolls here. And I'm going to look and see if we got any comments in here. Dice player test. Alright, looks like we got about 8 people online. And for the people that just joined us, we've got Kavan here who's helping us with the cameras. And hey!
Hey!
So, we're having fun, and I hope that we can get some more people involved in the shows. I want to kind of get some other guest shooters. I don't know if Kavan's going to want to shoot or not, but if he does, he's welcome to, and anybody else that's watching the show. I'm trying to get people that are interested to come and check things out and participate in the show. This is kind of an open thing. So, you get to see some of the details of what we're doing here.
Go.
I forgot to record that one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sending off the flash, just laughing too loud over here. Alright, here we go. Aces, okay, let me see what that looked like when it landed. Kind of hard to tell.
That one a little far.
I'm trying to look at on the preview what it looks like on the landing and see if we can get a good landing and a good resolution. 9. Yeah, those were not that close together. And I had a photo that I put up on the Wizards site that I think that the landing looked like a hard 6 on top, and the resolution was a hard 10. So we just had a landing that looked like a hard 6 on top that was a 12. That one had a double pitch. It had a 5 and a 2 showing. It came up 31. And I'm going to be looking at comments every now and then, so it may take a while for me to get around to the comment, but anything that anybody wants to say, please give us some feedback.
That one's okay?
But hopefully this lets you get to see some detail of how I'm setting and throwing the dice. 6 easy. I'm not recording rolls right now because I've got plenty to keep track of already. So we're not really concerned about the outcome. We're just trying to look at what kind of landing consistencies I can get. That one looked like a good, consistent landing. They were in different positions. Yeah, we'll take a look at it.
Yeah. You like to look at it, I'm pretty sure. Okay, we go to...
The positioning was not as consistent as it could have been. Okay, let's go to Casio, okay. But the orientation, I think, looked alright. So actually I was looking at that, no, that's got a double pitch on it. So it looks like one die landed with this 3 up and the 5 forwards, and the other die was still spinning. looks the way that one was spinning. It was a little time delayed, so that would probably be hitting the 2 down, which would mean that the 4 would be front. So that would be a 54. Yeah. Let's take a look at some of these other ones here since we're in here. So there we had, that's the double pitch. You can see the 7 when they landed. We got a 7 image here. So on my set, aces are to the right, 6s to the left. And when I set them, 4s are up. So here I had one die rotated 90 degrees back, one die rotated 270 degrees back. But yeah, I would really like to have like an automated way to do this. And here you can see the 52 showing on the landing. So these are not good results. I mean, I think in general what you want to do is you want to control the spin so that they're landing with the same orientation. So here you can see a 52 on the landing, and then you can see the 52 facing as well. And in terms of statistics, you know, looking at the correlation between the landing orientation and the resolved orientation, I think is going to be a critical thing to try and find any patterns that might exist. When you're just looking at just the resolution alone, I think it's going to be a lot harder to find any evidence of any patterns or anything. So once you can find a pattern between how you're landing and how it's resolving, then you can practice how you're landing them without looking at how they're resolving to, and just try to get the landing that you're looking for. And I think that's part of the theory of the sound triggered flash. Let me see if I can get my thing going here. Alright, so show the dice landing test. Alright guys, let's see if we get some more shots here. That one felt alright, and it got a hard 6. Okay, what did that?
That should be good one.
Let's take a look at it. It resolved a hard 6, but it looked like the pitches were a little bit off. Yeah, so we got a hard 6 result on that. You can see the result, but there was a 53. So you can see the hard 6 result back there, and you can see the 5 on the left die. It was pretty similar. You know, sometimes you have a little, you have to guess where one die is going to be oriented by the time it hits the ground. I really think I'd like to get the flash up above so I could see shadows and tell how high the die is too, because sometimes you're trying to guess exactly where the die is going to be by the time it lands, and it can be kind of tricky. But when you get a pair result and you got clean, similar orientations on the initial touchdown, I think that it's a worthwhile theory to consider that that might be something that's a little less random. It was a 4 easy. I don't think I hit the button fast enough to catch the camera shutter wasn't open when it flashed, so I didn't get an image out of that one. Gotta work on my timing. Seven. That looked like a 54 on the faces you could see. So it wasn't a double pitch, but a quarter pitch. But what happened there was one die bounced considerably differently than the other one. Five.
That one should be good.
Let's take a look at that. I couldn't tell really. All right. That's weird. Oh, that's not. Oh, that's 2 dice there on top of each other. So the fainter image is the dice resolving, but this is both of the dice there. So it's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like, yeah, those are really close together. It's really hard to tell what happened there, but that was a pretty consistent landing. It's just not easy enough to tell how consistent, because the dice, one die was occluding the other die in the photograph. That came out as 7, but it seemed like a pretty decent landing. It's 54. There's a 12. What did that landing look like? That looked like a 32 on the land. So
We'll see.
now I'm gonna try and do a number of rolls until I can get something that looks really, really clean, because these are not superb landings. 9. These dice are. This is, you know, whenever I was playing with some of these guys yesterday, I was trying to take notice of how similar to one another the two dice were flying. It's pretty hard to get them to go the same way. That was good. That was good. I could actually see that image. Nope, 52. This goes to show your brain can play tricks on you. They landed at the same time, but the orientations were different. The timing was good, but the spin was wrong. And that was a bad photo. That had a double pitch on it too. So, let's see. Easy.
How it look?
What's that?
How it look? No?
Not that great. It is hard doing everything at
Two at the
once,
same
you
time,
know.
yeah.
Normally I'm using this hand like this, so it's kind of like I'm in a different position. So maybe if I try to do more of my normal thing, yeah, it actually helped a bit. Still roll 7, but. Crazy. Seven again. Let's take a look at that. Still, that one came out 43, but I just want to look and see what it looked like on the landing. Yeah, so wasn't, you know, this one came out of 43, but they landed kind of at the same time, slightly different orientation. It's like you really want to get the orientation the same, just even a little bit. You know, there's so much chaos that's going to make a huge difference after they start bouncing. So you were really, I think, wanting to come up with the highest percentage of landings that have a clean, very similar orientation, position, timing, everything between the two dice landing. So that had everything pretty clean, except the orientation was a little bit off. I'll try and rest my arm here. There we go.
That should
Still
be
came
good.
out of 7, but I want to look at how close together in time, space, and orientation they landed. Let's see what we got here. So those are okay, but it's still the same thing. It's like a 90-degree difference. They landed pretty much at the same time, but the orientations were off. So. And what did that one come out to a 7 too?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if I can get a nice clean. There. Still a 7.
That's funny.
Good thing we're not recording these rolls because those are some pretty shitty results.
That is fun.
I had kind of a sideways pitch on one of the die there. So, yeah. So we're looking at comments over here. Backswing is always different. Yeah. It's definitely hard to do all of this at the same time. All right. There was a hard 4. I didn't catch the initial touchdown because I didn't push the button fast enough. Know if that worked or not. No, that didn't even take a photo because I just pushed the button the wrong way. Alright, here we go. Aces.
That should be good.
Let's take a look at that one. All right, there we had 3s up and 4s forward, so that came up aces, and it looked like, so you can see there the resolution and the initial touchdown. The faces came up aces, but you can see 52 facing this way, so there wasn't as much symmetry on the resolution as there was on the landing. What I personally am looking for is more symmetry, so that on the resolution I'd be seeing both 2s or both 5s. I don't like seeing any different orientations on the landing or the resolution ideally. Nine.
And that looked pretty good.
Yeah, that did have a good orientation. So the dice landed in different places, but at the same time in this same orientation. So had good orientation. Good timing. Spin rate was the same. It's just one die went a little bit further than the other one. And that resolved to a hard 9, or not hard 9. It resolved to a 9, so you can see the resolution over here. So we got a 54 on the resolution. And we had 55 on top and 44 and 1-1. So I think it would be interesting to kind of come up with some computer software after the fact that can go, and especially if you're using 2 different colored dice, and it can look at the relative change in orientation between the initial touchdown and the resolution.
Different color or no?
Sure, yeah, let's do that. I've got some over here. That's a good idea. A lot of people ask about that, and I just generally don't bother to do different colored dice, but I really should. I've got some good dice over here that are the same size and a different color. All right. Okay. Oops. I need to do more of this.
Good.
Yo 11.
I think that should be good.
Yeah, let's do a couple more. That one looked like a 42. It wasn't a double pitch, but it was 90 degrees out of phase. They landed at the same time, but I had a little too much spin on one of them. That was good.
That was good.
54. Well, let's take a look at. Let's just take a look at that over here. But yeah, if I get a bunch of these images and then we can kind of go and have a computer program analyze them. Yeah, I still had a 42 on the landing there. So yeah, I think if you're going to have, you know, assuming that there's any correlation between the landing position and orientation and the resolution orientation, you don't want to be seeing a 7 there. You'd rather see a 90 degree or 270 degree pitch than a 180 degree pitch difference. So I'm kind of curious if anybody's got any feedback about the, here, can I play with this for a sec? I got this new toy, the overlay.
No, I didn't do that.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's just kind of fun, but controlling all the different cameras and everything, I've got 5 different video sources hooked up here, and including the computer and stuff, so we could look at graphs too. And
you want to do this one or that one?
No, you're right.
Up to you.
I'm talking too much. I'm not paying attention.
No. So that way we know which one is which.
Right.
That's a good one. How look?
Looks like another 42. I want to go through and look at several of these and see about the differences between different ones. So that one came up 63, and it looked like 32 on the landing in terms of what you could see there. I'm just going to go through several of these and just look at landing positions. So look at these 2 consecutive shots, the similarity in the landing positions. So that's one shot after another. There's 3 different shots, one after another, and look at the similarities in landing positions. So there's. So yeah, you can see I do kind of have a general area where I am landing my dice. Just wanted to kind of review over all of these. So yeah, I think the next step is, after collecting a bunch of this data where you've got the resolution and the orientation when the first die hits the felt, is to write some software to go in there and try and figure out if there's any correlations between the landing position orientation and the resolution orientations. Okay, that was interesting. And I'll be making all of this data available online after the show and everything. I haven't done a whole lot of this before the show, so we're kind of doing this together, and that's been part of my, I spend a lot of time just putting together all these stupid wires and all this hardware and all this other stuff. So it's like we're looking at this for the same time together.
We have more wire than fries, electronic. No, just kidding.
But yeah. Hey Tuff, how you doing? Yeah, I wish you could be here too. Sorry it was so long. But yeah, I don't know if you're going to be here for the Supu Challenge, but I think some people were asking, why are you doing all this stuff? And really putting together this kind of home studio is really just to make a real fun event for the Supu Challenge there and get a bunch of people involved in that. It's at 10. But yeah, I was pretty pleased to review all those images and see the similarities between the landing positions.
Why don't you throw like about 5 or 6 rows?
And just not worry about it, just try and get in a groove.
Yes, then you can review them.
Yeah, because I had 3 in a row that were pretty darn close.
Pretty close. That's a good one.
That's a hard 8 too. Nice.
Yeah, nice.
So when we went on this trip, I told some guys, I roll a lot of hard 8s. But I had 4 hard 8s and I think 3 easy 8s out of something like 9 rolls or something. So I had 9 rolls and only couple of the rolls were not 8s, and 4 of them were hard 8s in the casino 2 days ago, and that was when with Super Rick and Harley and those guys. But the hard 8 is kind of, I've got more hard 8s and hard 10s than any other hard ways in all of my roll recordings, but I can't say that I have a ton of extras. I think I've got, out of 2,400 rolls, I think I've got somewhere around 10 extras or something, so it's not ridiculously high, but it is there's a hard 4, but it is pretty high. That was great. Came out 51, but I like the way it landed. Yeah, it looked like a clean hard 4 landing. Yeah, I like having this, that it captures the landing too, so I don't have to think about which one is on the left and which one is on the right, because the camera catches which was on the exactly. It might be a green on the left on one time, right, and yellow on the left on the other time, but the camera catches the landing and the resolve, so that's nice. So 954. And 9 was, so I charted out some of my place bets, so like all of my place bet strategies, I had more of that number than, I was beating the edge on every single place bet strategy. The 5 was kind of a break even, but the 9, I had a lot of 9s. I was kind of surprised. 51. Nine again.
You got lots of 9 today.
That one was a real good landing.
That was a good one.
I want to take a look at that one.
Yeah.
That was a short roll. They would have been looking at that as pretty suspicious in the casino, but
that's okay. They will count as bad.
I don't know. Seemed like that one was good, but now I'm looking at it, it looks like a 53. So, what is that? 53. So it was a little bit off. But yeah, that was a short roll. Here we got a 52 showing on that land. I don't know if I'm going through these too fast. All right. Well, it didn't look as good as I thought it was going to look. I was hoping to see the same faces. It really is hard to get the exact same orientation and the exact same landing time and everything. That had to be good. It turned out to be a 52. But yeah, it's almost kind of like I'd like to have, so I don't even have to look at it, I could just have a computer program that could just snap the image, automatically go, figure out the orientation of the dice, position orientation, and everything.
6-5.
And that one, I didn't get a photo on that one. I don't know if maybe I might have run out of batteries on my flash or something. There we go. 42.
You want to see that?
Yeah. I'm trying to get some feedback on how close I am to thinking it was any good. So that was a 43, I think. Does that look like a 4 on the left?
Yes.
Yeah. That one just didn't take. Oops. All right. So the first thing that's learned here is that it's damn hard to get the dice to land with the exact same position and orientation. It's easier to get the same position than it is to get the same orientation. I mean, where they land at the same time.
I think that should be good. 4-2.
I don't even know what that was. But yeah, I need an easier way where I can just hit a button and it just shows me, you know, walk all the way around there and hit the play button and zoom in. And it's a lot of work.
5-2.
But you know what? If you can cut to the Casio, it will. So as soon as I let go of the dice, let's go between this and the Casio. So do JVC and Casio and just click cut instead of, as soon as I let go of the dice, just click cut. It's just going to have the image up there for a second. But let's see if we can do that.
Because that is not live. That's the problem.
But it'll work.
Okay.
Yeah, see? And then it just for a moment, and then you got to cut back. So let's see if we can do that. So if you can time it right so there's not too much black time. And let's just see if, yeah, because if we do that and make this thing big enough, okay, just one thing at a time.
I wait until the shadows close, then I hit cut. Then
Yeah.
it will show.
Yeah, because it takes some time for
Right,
it to
because
process
it's a 2
it.
seconds exposure. That's why.
Right.
Okay.
Try and minimize the black time. And it'd be great if, like, the control panel had a way to freeze that frame. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's a way to do it. I don't know enough about the television studio hardware yet to know if it's possible, but I still have a lot to learn. I want to do the chroma keying and all this other stuff. That was a terrible throw. I didn't get it on the film either. But yeah, I would like even just to see how many rolls in a row I can get to land in the same spot. I mean, that was one of the things Supu was asking, is like hit a target or whatever. But even if you're not hitting the target, but you're hitting the same spot over and over, if it's a good spot, it's a good thing to want to be able to do. That was a shorty, came up bases. That looked like really good orientation. Let's see if we get that one real quick. Pretty good anyway. That was a shorty, it came up aces. So the landing was off by, 30 degrees, 20 degrees. And it's hard to tell because that left die wasn't as far down as the right die, so by the time it hit, it could be more similar. But if you can see the right die on the right side of the screen, they both came up aces. If anybody has any questions, let me know. It says there's been 646 visitors.
Yeah.
Not sure if it's accurate. There's only 11 people watching right now, but
Uh-oh. Over.
it has a good orientation and everything, but one die hopped out. But yeah, I think it would be an interesting game, just aside from everything else. Just, like if you could make it real easy to see what the outcome was when it initially hit the felt. and just have a competitive game of letting the computer score you, and from that score, you know, compete with another guy. So it's just like, you just think of it as kind of like a training exercise where you're just playing a separate game of how well can you control your landing position and orientation relative to your previous shot. So it doesn't even have to be a specific target, but just relative to, just consistent to what you're normally doing.
Not so easy.
Those hit at the same time, but it was 42 facing the camera. So different positions, different orientations, but the timing was similar. I think maybe running out of batteries on the flash because it's not recharging the flash every time.
I think it's bright enough, should be fine.
But I need the flash to see the landing.
Ah, okay.
I can only see the resolution without the flash.
I understand.
Yeah. I have extra batteries. Let me just swap out batteries.
I'm going to make a couple of throws while
Okay.
you are.
We're going to watch Kevin throw a couple times while I'm changing the flash batteries here. I can figure out how to do that. Did I do that right? You think I know how to change flash batteries? Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right, let's try and get some more consistent results.
Go on.
Maybe it's the adjustment on the volume or something. It's trying to trigger it, it's just not doing anything.
Here we go. I think connection was loose. I think
Well,
that's
there's a
what-
sensitivity adjustment. It may just need to be dialed up a little bit.
Why don't you hold it like this?
Oh, now it's too sensitive.
Why don't you hold it like this? Because this is kind of like in your way of throwing it.
Hold it like what? Like this?
Yeah. So that way. Yeah, here.
Well, the thing is, I'm used to having my wrist like here.
Oh, okay.
It's just a matter of supporting my weight the way I normally. I really could use some more help, but we'll just do the best we can. Yo.
That look pretty good.
Yeah, that did look pretty good.
I
Are you
keep on-
you're getting it up there? Let's see if we can make that window a little bit bigger, just to. I'm curious if we can get a better view on that. Let's just try that just to see. That makes it easy to see the outcome. 42. Yeah, I can kind of see better there. That way
Can
I
I
have to go-
minimize the control window or no?
This thing?
Yeah, a little smaller.
Are you pushing are you clicking on one of these buttons with the
Yeah.
mouse? I mean, you can move this thing over just so that, you know what I mean? Yeah, move it around any way that you want. Whatever makes sense for you. Where did that other die go?
Okay, I go.
Oh, I got it. I got it. Wow. Snake pit. You got so many wires. It's ridiculous.
No kidding.
Okay. Yeah, Kevin was saying I've got like a real production going on over here. It is pretty insane. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting sloppy now. Nine, 54, and that looks like a 7. The good thing is I can see it real clear up there. I don't have to go look at this other display. I was trying to learn like some hotkeys or something so I could just hit a key on the keyboard and do all of this myself whenever no one else is around. 23, that was a really crappy, looked like 53. The orientation of both dice is kind of off there. And that's one of the other things I'm looking to get feedback for, because I'll get sloppy when I'm throwing in the casino and I'm just like looking at the results. I'm like, oh, that was a good result. Let's do the same thing again. But I'm not sure I should be focusing so much on the results. That looked like a 43 on set down. Can't even tell what that was. $22. What did that look like on set down? I can't tell. It didn't catch the landing. It's like one of the better shots, and it didn't catch the landing because it's not doing a good enough job with the remote. 7. Alright, I'm going to look at some of the comments here. The dice player, I'm out of here, wasting my time. Okay. 4 minutes ago. Alright guys, well, it's 8:15. I don't know if anybody has any feedback or suggestions for direction or whatever, but seems like the only feedback we're getting is that this is a waste of someone's time.
Never a waste of time. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah. Alan says he was not getting any program. What about now, Alan? Well, there was some black space because we had the video source set to the preview output of the still camera, and so it was black in between shots.
We're gonna go back and cut it.
Oh yeah, there's only a short window of opportunity to
Yeah,
get
it
that.
doesn't stay.
No, it doesn't. You have to time it right.
Oh.
31. All right. Well, what do you think? Do you want to do some rolls?
Doesn't matter for me.
Yeah.
I don't need to roll. It's fine. That's your show. You roll.
32. Shorty 43. Look like 54 in the land. Yeah, Alan was complaining he doesn't have a program because like you got a black screen right now. So, yeah. Oh, that was way short. Yeah, he says intermittent. Yeah, Alan, the feed is cutting out because we're switching to the preview of this digital still camera. But anyway, I think we're about to wrap up. I'm getting kind of tired and I got to the point where my rolls are kind of sloppy from being exhausted, walking around and everything. But I'm going to upload some of the data onto the forum. I'll share some of the photos and stuff, and we got to look at some of these things. But appreciate everybody's time and coming by to say hello and try to watch on the cell phone, but optimized for mobile. Use the Ustream app on my Android. Yeah. Well, thanks for the feedback, though. And I mean, we can do some more stuff. I'm not like I don't have to go or anything. I'm just kind of getting kind of tired, so we could also kind of do a break or something. But yeah, I'm gonna take a 5-minute break. If there's still people on here, we'll do some more stuff. But I'm gonna take a little bit of a break. We talk to Kevin for a while. I want to make sure that I'm gonna operate the control panel here for a while. So. Here, I'll work.
No, I do it. You do your thing. Take a break. You need a break. I don't need a big bottle of water.
Let me see if I can operate this switcher. I can do that camera remote for you too. It's hard to do the camera remote and throw the dice at the same time. But, oh. Hold on a second. All right, I'm ready.
Loose grip. Do you want to come back and throw here, Aaron? You tell me.
I'm gonna play with the cameras for a little bit.
Well, I'm not sure what you're trying to do.
Oh, I'm just trying to get a wider angle, trying to get further back here. Get more stuff in the shot, see more of what's going on.
Yeah?
Still kind of a lot of stuff in the way of it. I turn this guy around.
You can turn it to Lenny zone. Lenny zone?
Yeah.
If I can throw a good one.
So yeah, a lot of guys are talking about they wanted to see the way I'm releasing the dice and whatever else. I think we probably did plenty of that today. Yeah, I think normally let's see, I like right about there is normal. That's where I usually
Why? There we go. Go. Really short.
I made a couple $100 today at the casino. I played at the Cosmopolitan and I played
Yeah?
at the Silverton. Yeah, did all right. Had fun. Yo, yeah. You know, I think what's most fun for me doing here, like all the camera stuff and everything, is pretty interesting. But I really like just recording rolls and just, you know, I like having fun. I like trying to win money, and just the game aspect of it, just trying to do well is my favorite, and that was a 55 in one. So this session kind of, without the graphs and keying in the rolls and all of that, is kind of dry for me. There's aces, really good symmetry in the end. But yeah, it's like whenever I'm trying to operate the camera, here, see if you can do this. Push it in halfway, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when the dice are like about here, push it in the rest of the way. So you push it in a halfway to kind of fix the focus. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I can do the stick. You just do the camera. I'll get the dice. I'm used to doing this. I'll do it pretty fast. Let's see, speed it up.
This one did fine.
Speed it up, speed it up. 8, easy 8. $53. Yeah, there's still a lot of kinks to work out. Trying to get a production together on this table. 71. See, I have a motor memory. I'm going to go and start recording rolls. So if all I'm doing is the stick, I can record rolls. So I'm going to start a roll recording session. And yeah. And then the computer's hooked up, so we'll be able to like swap over and look at the graphs intermittently. But I'm going to do just place bets. I'm gonna do the do strategies with 10x odds, varying numbers of points. Okay. That's what I usually do. Working to come out. Alright, 53. So we are roll recording now. These rolls count for my recorded rolls, so I'm just going to focus on rolling. Try not to worry about anything else. Points 8. 31. Here, and don't worry about this. You just worry about the camera. I got everything. Alright. 831. Okay. 8 winner. Alright. And if you want to go to your preview and select Mac on the preview side and then get ready to do cuts, then we can cut back and forth to what I'm looking at. Yeah, click Mac, yeah. Okay, and then click on cut. And we should go back. Click Mac and Sony on the top, yeah. Yeah, there we go. And then, there we go. And then cut. Okay. 541. So what we got set up now is we're going to be looking at results on one camera, then we got the computer on the other input, and then cameraman is going to be doing stills, and then he'll be swapping between the computer and looking at the outcomes so we can just go back and forth and see how well that works. Now we had a 31, that's good. So cut, yeah. Cut 53.
Slow. Alright.
So basically, not necessarily every roll, but every now and then just do cuts.
So round.
22. That's looking good so far. So we got a max out strategy here. And let me do the stick. So no worries. Okay. Ace deuce, line away single, come away single. Alright, our point is 5 right now. So trying to make a 5. We've also got money on the 4 and 8. So 5, 4, and 8 are our numbers. Nine, 54. We're getting bases loaded. Another thing I need to make sure that I do is I synchronize the clocks on all the cameras so that I can cross-reference data after the fact. 63. Okay. You gonna do it? Oh, you're already doing that? Cool. Oh, damn the luck! Oh, I gotta. What was that? 52?
Yes, 5-2.
5-2.
Yike.
Alright, I'm gonna try and get some rhythm and speed into this so we can get going again. Not a bad start. We made a couple of hits before we hit that 7. 10 hard, 55. This is the tell when we look at the stills later. I was shorty 62. They'd be telling me all the way down on that roll. It's hard not to make enough noise to knock that flash off. That looked good. Come on now. 65. Yo. Alrighty. 62. fun. Ah. 62.8. Oh, 6-1. Oh. $31. Handheld with one camera following the shooter, said 15 minutes ago. Yeah. Alan was saying, why don't you try a handheld? It's not a bad idea since we have two people, because I can't hold a camera and do this at the same time, so I have to use a tripod. Look at that heart rate.
What did he suggest?
Well, he's saying that, you know, like you just pick up this camera and then just, you know, operate the camera manually instead of on the tripod while I'm shooting. That's just what Alan suggested.
Alan's gonna get headache. Dizzy.
Yeah. Yeah, the other thing is with all the compression and everything, these cameras really do want to stay still, because if you got a lot of movement, it doesn't do real well. You don't get much resolution because it's constantly trying to adjust. Because it is really limited with the bandwidth. Certain kind of shows don't really work that well because of that. Alright, I'm getting numbers loaded up, so I gotta be careful not to roll the dreaded 7 that we don't talk about, right? Here we go, here we go. 41. So our money is going from the felt to the felt from the rail. See if we can get it to come back. Come on, come on. That was a good looking roll. Come on. Yo. Yo. See if we can get another hard 8. 954. $64. We didn't already have a 64, so it's not good yet. We're working the come out, so it's like if we make points, we can make money on the come out roll. 63, that's good. Okay. 52. It bounced off the recording equipment. Yeah, hit the chips effectively. 52 on the chips.
That one should be good.
Yeah, the graphs are not looking good. It's 41. Got a 9, got a 5.
We still got audience, or are they all gone?
We got 9 people. We lost 2. I'm not sure who's on there. 9 again. If you're on, say hey. You know, the last person to comment was Alan and Tup. Alan Mendelson and Tup. I think that, you know, sometimes people, they just leave it running and walk off, do other things, just have in the background.
They go to take a shit, come back, and they say, oh, we stay on.
Right. 52. Right.
Oh, we just came back from bathroom.
So the 7 ratios right now is 16.13, which is about average, nothing special. But interestingly, we have no sixes at all.
Yeah?
No sixes.
6 is supposed to be the favorite number.
I need to roll better because these rolls count.
You can do it.
There's a hard 8.
Oh shit, I didn't press that one.
So it don't matter. This is more about the data than the photos. It's kind of like you can only do. You can't be worrying about photos when I'm doing roll recording. Oh, 6-1. Still no sixes. Not a single 6. Hard 4. Yeah, when I was at the Cosmopolitan, I had a $100 combat travel to the 6. I had to have a 6 to get it back. Eight. I don't think we got a 6 yet, have we?
No. I haven't
No 6s.
seen it.
Lots of 4s though.
That's a good number. You get double pay.
But you know what? We're not making money. It's like, yeah, down $100.
Yeah?
I mean, it's pretty much breaking even. 52. Not
Yikes.
anymore. $10 easy, 64. But you know what? This will be the telltale looking at these images when I'm not even thinking about the photographs. I'm just rolling like I would roll. Because these things, there's a 6. 42,
Yeah.
the first 6.
First one.
But it'll be interesting to see, like when I'm not thinking about trying to do anything special, I'm just doing my normal thing. And also, the ones that come up 7s, it'll be interesting to see what those look like on the landing. I don't know if there's any merit at all to any of this stuff, but I'll be curious to see the landing position relative to the lots of 4s. Nine. Yeah, I'm about to give up, you know. I don't know. This is just. I don't think you can control the dice. I think I finally figured out that you can't do it.
Come on. Come on, Aaron.
It's impossible.
You can give up now after
I
all the
can.
setup.
Look how shitty I'm doing. 4's out the wazoo, though. It's crazy. How many 31s? We got more 31s than anything right now. 7 31s. Actually, I just started making money from those 4s. 54.
I love 4.
Yeah, the 4s are making us money now. You want to cut to the graphs for a second?
Sure.
It's 51, 6 easy. Cut back. Let me see it. I'm going to make sure I get the outcome before I pull it back. Cut to graphs, just stay on there for just a short period. I don't miss any outcomes. Hard 10.
Hard 10. Yeah,
I
baby.
think that's the first hard 10. I don't think I've been seeing any hard 10s. No, we've had 2 hard 10s. But we're above average on hard 10, above average on hard 4, above average on hard 8, and below average on aces, 12s, and hard 6s. Hard 8.
Hard 8. That's
I
a
like
good
that.
one.
I like that. And it's interesting too that I wish I had an infinite amount of time to analyze my rolls just to see when I have, if I, when I roll short. Like if I were to just do analysis on the short rolls, if there's more bias to the short rolls than the ones that hit the back wall, right? Because I think in theory there should be, because
most of my short rolls are crap number or 7 out.
my short rolls, I don't know,
That would be mean.
it's almost like you need to record into different buckets depending on categorization,
No, because
That was short, 43.
yeah, because every roll I write down how the dice land. I make a note every throw.
You mean not just what the outcome was, but the orientation?
No, I go like, oh, too wide,
Oh.
short, good.
Here, I got it. Don't worry about that.
To the left, to the right,
Yeah.
like that.
Okay, that was good. Come
That
on.
was a good.
Ace deuce. And on my 2400 rolls, I actually have a lot of ace deuce. Unfortunately, that's not very compatible with big comebacks that I like to make. 63. Look at my ratio of sevens now. 16.07, so a little bit below average. Nothing special. I'm used to having 15% sevens, so I'm doing below what I would expect to do. Bump it up a little bit. 54. We're at 15.79 sevens now. We're break even on
Break even is
single
good.
point, and we're down $300 in the worst strategy. 63. If I can just have a long string of repeaters with no reds and go up, 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 up. That's what I want to do. Come on now, what's that?
Yes!
Party. You're lucky. It's absolute luck.
It hit the chips.
It hit the chips for the heartache.
But we take it though. We still count it.
Yes. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Here we go. What's that? Aces.
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 Snake eye.
Pairs, a pair, a pair. We were kind of low on aces. Yo, 65.
Front line winner. Yo.
Five.
Easy 5.
Very.
Nice.
54.
Front line winner. Easy. Did they call? What do they say? They don't have easy 9.
I'm about profit now.
Good.
5. I
5.
think I'm in profit now.
Good.
I think one thing is that if you are going to try and be an advantage craps player, you need to have the dice a lot. Weekend playing, advantage plays, mutually exclusive. If you're playing on a full table, you're gambling pretty much. There's no two ways about it. Even if you've got a table full of guys that you trust and all, you're still gambling. There's just too much stuff going on. 5, 32. But I'm getting a nice little streak here. You got to roll over and over and over and over to get some kind of streak before you make any money. And when you're stopping in between everything, it doesn't really help. All right. Everybody's at least break even. We got a little bit of profit. But now we got to start over. It would have been great if that 7 didn't happen. That's the thing about the max odds strategy. make money, you have to either repeat the same number a whole lot, or you have to go a long period of time without making a 7 while you load up all this money and just hope to break even before you start making a profit. It's a difficult strategy, honestly, to profit from, because it requires so many rolls to make a profit. I think that
maybe that's the reason that casino encourage you to bet it.
all right, and you know, I think that if you do want to be an advantage player, you probably come up with better strategies that require fewer rolls to make a profit and increase and decrease your bet. You know, it's by implementing some betting systems to complement the edge, like a reverse martingale or some other kind of system that works for what your bias is. So, you know, if you try and martingale against the house, you know, you grind up slowly and then you lose big. But if you have the edge, you're going to grind down slowly and win big. You know what I mean? So you're minimizing, you're just trying to lose the least amount of money and put all that you would be winning back out onto the felt until it explodes on you. It's kind of like a... So I may look into that, trying to come up with some betting strategies that complement my throw and run it through with all different kinds of sets and whatnot, and try and get it to come up with, you know, betting strategy and a set that matches my throw, where I don't have to throw as often to make a profit.
Big unit, that's a way to do it.
$62. All right, my ratio of sevens is down to 13.33% right now, which is damn good. And I'm heaviest on eights right now, so you got a lot of eights happening. And lightest on six, -7%. Sixes. 52. Darn it, poo.
Busted.
Okay. Let's keep going. 853. A lot of photos, huh? The other thing I need to do with my roll recording software is record the exact moment that the roll is recorded so I can match it up with the photos. No, I need a way to kind of pull all the data together. Ultimately, I want to come up with some way I can make an algorithm to go and get, you know, automate everything.
That would be awesome if you can do that.
Oh, 6-1. So we're still just kind of like at a break-even point. Nothing out of the ordinary. A lot of eights. A lot of eights. The cat wants that. Okay, cat, come on. Come on. Hurry. Hurry. That's the equivalent of the cocktail waitress right there, the cat. 651.
She's with the black outfit.
Kitty, kitty, kitty. $41. I need a long streak. I need a really long streak here.
Looking good.
So far, I want to get a couple $100 profit. It's like $50 odds and 5 coming here. Should be able to make some money. And up and down, up and down. Oh, piece of crap!
Isn't that what the game called?
10. If you're gonna repeat numbers, outside numbers are better when you have 10x. 3, 4, 5, you win the same amount. 10x, you win more with the harder numbers to roll. So you win more money per roll if you roll more 4s and 10s on a 10x odds table. So if you can tune your roll, you want 4s and 10s. Yo, didn't hurt. $5. $41. We got a 10 loaded, we got a 4 loaded, we got a 6 loaded, we got like everything but the 9, I think. I don't know if we have an 8. Pressure's on though, no 7, no 7. I got it, I got it. No 7, no 7, pressure, pressure. Oh,
Oh,
of course.
you know it's coming.
My 7 ratios, I think, are 15.38. Not horrible, but it's break even to minus 300 still. So this is kind of like an unimpressive session. I'm at 90 rolls. I want to get to at least 100 rolls, but maybe if I could just
See,
roll
we have
10
any
8s in a
question?
row, we'll be good.
4? If
10
we get
fours in a
all
row
4
would be
and
better.
10, we be okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
You hit like 4 of them. 10, see? 4 and 10.
You could be a good dealer.
Yeah. You just need to hit 4 and 10, man. That's all you need.
Okay, we got 4, 6, and 10 loaded. If that cat is wanting in, the cat is not getting in. That was a terrible roll.
You know it.
3. That hurt too. That really hurt. 6-2. Yeah, that roll was bad. Bad. 41. Yeah. This is starting to look like a fail.
I think the cat one is coming.
Oh.
41.
Huh? Doing good.
Yeah.
Couple more hit.
You know, I hate odd strategies that just suck. I think these strategies that maximize or minimize the edge also just make it so that the only way you can win is just luck. And it's really, I mean, I don't bet max odds when I go to the casino, but like whenever something happens, like what just happened, I load everything up, had a bad roll, and it was a 7. It's just like, really? Hard 8. I don't know. I think that, you know, even if you could prove that advantage play craps is possible, you still need to figure out how to bet. And I don't think just minimizing your edge alone is the way to go. I just don't, because it's too risky, and you don't have consistent volatility either. So it's like you can have a great 7 rolls ratio and still lose money because, you know, maybe you roll only 1 repeater and everything else is unique. You load everything up and you lose. You know what I mean? So it's like the order that things occur matter as much as what numbers you're rolling. So it's an extra level of randomness. So even if you can get a higher percentage of certain outcomes, it doesn't necessarily matter. There's another element of randomness, which is the way that the mechanics of the betting patterns work. So I think if you scratch to go out, I'm going to hurt you, cat. She does this where she's in and out, and all it is that she just wants attention. You know what I mean? She doesn't really care to go outside. She just wants somebody to pay attention to it. You want to go outside? Huh? No? She just wants attention.
So let's see if we have any questions.
Oh, I don't know if anybody's even there. $2,000 Hardy. We had 13 minutes ago. The dice player Hardy halfway down the table. It would be awesome to play with you guys. Guess soon enough. Harley Jones, $2,000 Hardy. All right, Cat. Come on. Yeah, we got people tuning in just to make good comments. Oh, it's Hardy. Well, the dice went all over the place. Yeah. I don't know.
That's the purpose.
All right. So the only strategy that's not doing horribly, hard 6, is the single point strategy. So all these strategies that are loading up multiple points are just getting destroyed because I haven't had a long enough run without a 7 to make enough money. 63. But I was watching Vegas Dice Controller. He has a table too, and he was doing some bets on his table, and he's like moving chips around to keep track of his progress.
Who are you talking about? Bo?
No, not
Blue?
Bo. Vegas Dice Controller. I don't want to use his real name.
Oh, okay.
He's on the board, and he's one of the guys that went out with Super Rick and Harley and me this weekend. But he's one of the few guys that's come by and seen my software and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But
I haven't met him.
But having the software so that you can just roll this fast without having to worry about moving bets around and keep track of how you'd be doing with the strategy
Right.
is pretty critical to kind of see how you're doing, because normally you got a full team of guys taking bets, moving things around, all that, so you can just do your game. So all of this kind of takes the place of a dealer and all of that stuff. Yeah, I'm light on the 6s still. No 6s coming out. 53. But actually, I really want to keep playing until I can make some freaking money, because man, that 1-7 just really hurt me. I filled up that 64 gig card with like 4 megabyte images. I can keep those images as like so high res.
going to fill it up.
I'll have to run a image optimization thing to cut the file size down later or something. It's on like the highest resolution, you know. Oh, CO back to back. Yo.
I will turn off the back.
42, that's a 6.
Finally, 6 show.
Starting to get traction if I just don't think about anything, just keep doing what I'm doing. Oh, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? But yeah, I think that would be interesting though if I go through all these images and I look at all the 7s and try and figure out what do they look like, what should they have looked like. 51.
Even though you look at it, the problem is how would you duplicate or how would you override it? You know, I mean, like, it would be.
I mean, the short answer is like, I mean, you can see how fast I'm rolling, and honestly, I'm rolling pretty similar to how I would be in the casino, where I'm not really worried about it. People say, well, this is just, your dice are going all over the place, but you know, all I'm doing, like people ask, are you claiming to be DI? And I'm not. I'm trying to prove that it's possible. That doesn't mean that I'm already doing it. So to prove it's possible, either I'm going to have to do it or somebody's going to have to do it. But it doesn't mean I can already do it. And I've admitted to you and everyone else that I'm not a lifetime winner. So it's not like I'm trying to sell a class and say, oh, I got the secret, let me show you how to do it. This is just like trying to figure all of this stuff out. So trying to figure out what's going wrong, having as much data as you can have, I think wouldn't hurt. I mean, there's no guarantee it's going to help, but you can go back after the fact and say, what happened? Where did that land? What did it do? 42. We're getting traction again. And maybe the thing to do is just not to think about it. Oh. 54.
See, that's the reason when you have big money on the table and you know the dice, the game's kind of changing.
Well, yeah, I get nervous, and then, I don't know. It never helps me when my heart starts pumping and everything, and I'm like worried. Usually, what I do is I pull my money down until I can get calm again. 64. Oh. My ratio of 7s is 15.27, which is not bad for me, but I'm still losing money. So, I don't know. Maybe what I'm learning is just that what I already know, which is that I don't like this strategy. Like I said, I don't use this strategy in the casino. And I think it's a great strategy for just getting lucky because the edge is low. You get lucky and you win. Because you can have a higher number of 7s and still win with the strategy too. As long as the 7s happen on the come out roll and they return your odds to you. You know what I mean? There's randomness in the timing of when bets are turned on and off, and it goes in your favor. It doesn't even matter what you roll, it matters when you roll it. You know what I mean? So I think that, you know, maybe that's the outcome of this session, is just I need to stop looking at this betting strategy as a measure of how to capitalize on a roll that rolls fewer 7s and more of other things. So I'm pretty sure if I were to go and look at the place bet strategies, they'd all be making money right now. Which you can do pretty easily. Why don't you cut over? I'm gonna do that real quick. So I'm going to go in and replace the do strategies with the place strategies. And one of them's losing $130. So they're not, they're about break even, I guess. The different place bet strategies are kind of like all over the place. Let's look at the don't strategies just to see. Let's look at the don't 10x strategies. Yeah, those are doing great. That's interesting. You see the pattern of the shape of the graph for the don't strategies. You win all at once. You know, when you 7 out, boom, you make all kinds of money. It's a different shape. All right. Well, I guess it's looks like minus $500 or $600 on the worst strategy, but I'm going to save that off and call it a loss. Johnny come lately. All right, over and out.